Hey, how's it going? This is Future Toast. I just figured I'd preface this video and this series really with that all the video clips that you're about to see are from about mid-January of 2024 until present day. And so we'll be slowly kind of catching up for the Iron Man series. It's just a whole bunch of stuff backlogged. I've wanted to kind of track progress and I figured this would be a fun way to do it. Also, it's worth noting that the microphone is quite different and unfortunately that will not be updated for some time. So I'll try my best with some of the post editing to actually get the audio to be a little bit more, well, audible, for lack of a better term. It is a gaming microphone or gaming headset that I was using at the time, which of course is what it is, but all good. If you have any recommendations or just suggestions for the series in general, feel free to throw those down in the comments. Alrighty, well, enough talking for me. Go ahead and jump into the clips. Hope you enjoy.
Alrighty, so picking up where we left off, Leagues is over, and I did get to Rune and kind of stopped there. I ended up getting sick, so I didn't play as much and then kind of took a little bit of break just off gaming. So didn't get Dragon, that's okay. Didn't max, that's also okay. Just some other stuff. Still had a lot of fun. It was my first time doing it, so it was obviously a learning experience. Where if you have played Leagues previously, you kind of know what route you want to go. Even if the stuff's new, you still kind of have a general idea, as well as like the tasks and the best way to approach those. So it was definitely fun. And although obviously it's just a temp game mode, I still enjoyed it thoroughly, and I would definitely do it again once that comes back around. So this is kind of where we're at. We're obviously back on the normal world. I think we were doing barrows previously, and so that's probably what we'll continue doing for a bit. These are our current stats and where we are within the normal game. So taking a look, they did just remove the Karen favor, so that is no longer a tab or thing we need to worry about. Kind of sucks because we've already completed it, but honestly it's kind of whatever. So quests, we have 4 quests left outside of any of the mini quests, and then for our overall combat task we're about 71. Got some couple hundred collection logs, and then most of our diaries I think are up to, yeah, so most of them are up to at least medium, and then we have a few completed on the hard. So that is where we currently stand. I think most of the quests that we have left, yeah, so like Desert Treasure, Dragon Slayer, we're at the final boss. Desert Treasure, we're on a boss itself. I want to say the Leviathan is where I left off, and I just need to get my range up. Honestly, it's a little bit too low for what I was trying to do. After that, we have the Night of the Theater, so go ahead and knock that out. I think that's pretty straightforward compared to anything else. And then, do we have any mini quests here? I guess it's not showing. I already completed them. Okay, so Frozen Door and Into the Tombs. Outside of that, we have our prayer up to there. Okay, and then yeah, we're about to hit 80 mining. So yeah, probably end up doing some more barrows just to get some more gear. I guess while we're here, we can just do a little refresher on our collection log. So we did get a whole bunch of drops within like the first 30 or so chests that we unlocked, and then it's kind of just been dupes from there. If I recall, I kind of want to get Carol's, and completing Gethin's would be nice as well. So without further ado, let's go ahead and claim our trophy. I don't really, let's just take and put it on. Nice. Okay, so I guess based on our league points, we actually get some stuff to trade here. Taking a look, we got some ornament kits. I guess some styling for the rejuvenation pool. I'm assuming I can go look all these up, so I'll probably end up doing that. The Death Scroll, Alchemy Vengeance. Oh, cool, we get some of the previous leagues too. So even if we miss out on stuff, we can go ahead and purchase those. Okay, that's pretty sweet. It's so nice not having to be able, or not needing to run everywhere back to a bank after doing whatever activity. So if you're able to just knock things out right there, keep bossing for much longer, keep skilling for much longer, makes the game, well, overall easier, which is obviously the purpose. Outside of that, I'd say Ruinous Powers, Ruinous Prayers. That is probably my second missed. I think overall just pretty cool skills, and I'd say Metabolize is probably the most interesting for like a bossing perspective, allowing you to get more hits in and everything, and not have to wait that stall period for most of the food for whatever tick amount it actually is. So definitely going to miss that. And as I say that, we have our very slow Oh wait, I wonder why Darox. Oh, I already killed him. Very, very slow method of attacking. And that's our first one back. A little disappointed. But again, it is what it is. I guess after you've completed the quest, I'm just gonna go ahead and do this. But if you shift left click, just like you can on most things, I'm gonna swap my left click, just be walk here. That way when we're going around the mountains, we don't have to worry about accidentally clicking on them and talking to them. It's a little bit annoying. Obviously, not the biggest deal in the world, but saves you at least a click, right? Probably end up trying to get, granted this is a little bit of a waste for the Chinchampas. I was trying to save these for the maniacal monkeys, but I think this is also a fine use for a little double whammy, 2 for 1. But I think I want to try to get to 80 range before I try the Leviathan again. Ah, shucks. Is that yeah, it's a dupe. Dang. Well, at least we finally got an item. I mean, it's been a hot minute since I've seen anything, so I guess we can appreciate that. Oh, that is a weight off my chest. Ha ha ha. No pun intended. Glad to finally get another piece and an actual unique one this time. So, oh shit. No, I didn't mean to click that. Fuck. Oh well. I guess we can move on to our next activity because that was the last of my home teleports anyway. And that is tragic. Cool, so just doing a little bit of star, just kind of getting tired looking at that level 79, so figured I'd go ahead and get my 80 and just mine a little bit more. So picking up where we left off, we're currently doing some more barrows, shocker shocker, and I did off camera the brazzard, so we have that unlocked within our completion log, which is, I guess, okay. It's obviously not the one we're after, but all good there. And did burn through one more pair of legs, so this is kind of where we're at now. We got this one and one more left before we eventually need to actually go, repair them. And then other than that, I've done a few this morning, nothing crazy, and nothing unlocked thus far. And I did end up taking quite a bit of a break after leagues, so I think it was about a week before it actually ended. I ended up getting kind of like really sick, and so ended up stopping there. I stopped in Rune. I wasn't able to really push for the dragon, which is a little unfortunate, but I think it's fine. So first league, not too bad. Went into it, had a lot of fun, not knowing what to do really. So after that, took about a break. And then I think since then we've had 2 content releases, or maybe 3 at this point. So I think Valamore is one of the most recent. There's some other like game that I kept seeing on the subreddit. I just happened to peek the other day. I think it's like a Coliseum or something. I'm not too sure about that one. But there are some new best in slots. I think it's a mid-tier content or mid-player content type release. And then the other was like the Rat King, which I haven't done either. And that's, again, more beginner / mid-tier. Not exactly what we're wanting, but whatever. Oh, there's a new location. Yeah, so I guess that was what I was talking about the other day at the Coliseum. Have to go check that out at some point. Slowly making progress through this goddamn pyramid blunder shit. Just want my scepter. Come on now. Makes me very sad. And now the mummy, I guess, symbolizes that you can't get it on this one, which is whatever. Slowly losing my mind doing all this pyramid plunder. I don't know if there's an actual counter for this, but I've been here since, I think, 88 thieving, and now I'm up to 90. So, I mean, we're getting closer to the diary, which is for 91 anyway, but it would be nice if we can actually get the scepter. And I'm doing this all just to build, I guess, was it the ancient altar in your house? So yeah, I was gonna do Slayer, but now I've been doing this grind. And as the journey continues, there's 901 thieving, so now we can officially finish the elite tier, or at least pyramid plunder. So I think for this one I probably should be just hitting these doors instead of getting this floor, because now I have access to the top floor. So you know what, let's do that actually. Alrighty, there's our first top tier floor. Let's go ahead and get some of these. I wonder how much this is. Probably like 900 plus, maybe 800 plus. I'm assuming the difficulty. Yeah, 825, not bad. So I'll go ahead and knock a few of these out, and then we'll loot these final sarcophagus and chest, and hopefully we get lucky, fingers crossed. but a minute to go. So no luck on the actual drop there, but now we can see our final tier marked off there. So now we just have to get cooking up, which isn't too far. So that's 5 levels. Magic, about 9. Fletching, 15 or so. And then construction, we're probably closest to. And then prayers, probably going to take the longest out of all these. Everything else is pretty straightforward, I think. I'd say the most annoying outside of like the leveling time is definitely going to be the KQ head. I always dread KQ. And in terms of equipment, nothing too crazy, just graceful, because I don't really want to use stamina pots here. And for the most part, this is probably the lowest I've actually got in my run. Usually I'm just kind of AFK or haphazardly going about doing this. So normally my run's fine. Got my prayer book, Explorer Ring 2, Radha's Holy Symbol, and then the Blisterwood. And then that gives me about a plus 20 prayer. And then when I'm actually running through for the runs, when I take a look at the golden chest or sarcophagus, if I see, because I've actually tagged all the mummies, if I see that blue pop up, I can quickly just throw on my prayer, take no damage, and then move on. I really don't worry about the scarabs. They can hit you pretty quick for good, decent damage, I guess. But for the most part, you can just run by and be fun. And I forget if I've actually shown this, so if I have, I'll just discard this clip. If I haven't, I will keep it. But now that we actually have this, I'm going to change that to 8. And then, so the purpose for all this, if you don't like the default timer, which looks like that, then you can go ahead and just keep it like this, much, much smaller, more compact. And if you need to hover over to actually see the floor number, you can. That is not a big deal. And then for the most part, the highest urn, I think the highest urn is the one you want to mark there. So you actually have enough time to get it. For me, now that's floor 8. The chest you want to get in each one, because overall the cumulative between the chest and starting at level 4, floor 4 for the sarcophagus will be the best. So that is the setup here. Nothing too crazy. It has been a little bit since I've actually done this. You can see I went ahead and did one here already. Did I not? So went ahead and did one a little rough. I forgot kind of what actions did what. So as a reminder to myself, like the red will cool down, as we can see here, just naturally cooling down anyway. But as soon as you perform an action and you get the XP, then this will actually jump down. And same thing for the polishing, which is the green one. So polishing will cool down as well. Then there's our little experience. So click on that guy. But then the actual grinding one is the one that will heat it up. So that's the only one that goes from, start to up, and voila. So then we'll cool down and do that again and kind of repeat. But now that, I went through and kind of fucked one up, there's our action. Nice. Fucked one up. I should be good moving forward. And this is pretty easy minigame if you guys haven't done before. You get both good experience as well as obviously the points for the stuff, but you also get money too, which is pretty nice. And I'd say at like a decent rate. So there's really no downside to do it. Pretty lax. You can watch videos and stuff and do it on the side. Doesn't really have to be your primary focus, which is, as you know, the less you play RuneScape while playing RuneScape, the better the experience. And I don't think I've explained it before, because I don't know if I was actually recording for the main account, or sorry, the main game before Leagues actually started. But for Giant's Foundry, I would also highly recommend, as we finish up the sword, to change your clicking here from just the normal dunk to actually heat perform. And then same thing over here where it's the cool perform versus the quench. So those are the actions when you actually perform them that give you the bigger jump in, well, in our case, like the actual temperature changes, as opposed to just always being the smaller one. More often than not, you're going to be doing the bigger jump anyway, just to get that bar back to the top, or if you're on the grind, back to the bottom, just a little bit faster. It's a minor thing, but definitely speeds up. Stardust at this point to actually color the rest of my outfit, so we'll be doing that after the star completion. And also in the chat, if you did not notice, I went ahead and actually leveled up as well. Alrighty, so this is a little update. So this is where we're currently at in terms of levels. Kind of took a break from Slayer, ended up doing some mining, just kind of AFK stuff while I was, cleaning around the house and all that. So stars are actually pretty great for that. And, you can just throw on your headphones, listen to some music, have the AFK pop up essentially, or notification within RuneLight. So once you actually do finish mining the star, then obviously you can come back, click on it, and then go about doing your business.